just better do that. Okay. Hello again. We're going to go over the discussion, which is already up, and you can, the due date is tomorrow night. The, oops, let me plug in before this thing runs out. This thing doesn't tell me when it's going to run out, it just runs out. I got to put it in alert. Okay, so let's see here. There is a chat. Hello, hi. You guys are going to be responding to Hartley. Okay, in a short piece. The questions are there. I'll go over them at the end of this. But first, a few things. Okay, so I made a few discoveries last week. It took a while. There was confusion. I guess everybody I was talking to was assuming that I was doing my Zooms and scheduling and everything the same way that they were, but that didn't get across, and so it took a while to get answers. But I finally got my answers because I was doing everything through the Zoom, like you guys do. You go onto Canvas and you click the Zoom button and you go in there. That's how I did it. But I found out there's another way. There's a backdoor for me to go into, and it has all this other stuff. And I'm really happy about that, but I wish I had known that earlier. So one discovery, our memory storage here on Zoom is really low. We get a gigabyte. So that means we can only save really about like 3 full-length lectures, and then there's no more room. You've run out, so got to delete them. Or in this case tonight, I am recording this video to my computer, okay? And then I'm just telling you the process, okay? Because it's the thing that got in the way. I have to upload it to my computer, right? It's getting recorded there, and then I can embed it from there into assignments, and I'll embed it into our module so you can watch it, and hopefully there's no problem. I will appreciate it's kind of hard to say. I don't want an email from everybody, but it would be nice if a couple people, maybe Colin, since you're here, maybe you could email me and tell me if it works. Okay, I'm going to be trying to upload it this evening. We'll see how it goes. So I don't want this meeting to be too long, just in case there's any screw-ups and I have to redo it. Okay, I hope that you guys are able to watch the videos from last week. Okay, so nobody's late on their summary. I got a whole bunch of worried people. I'm late on my summary. Don't drop me from the class. I'm not gonna. You're okay. Okay, I haven't started grading them yet. I'm going to be grading them tonight and tomorrow. Okay, I'm just going to be putting a couple of comments and the points, and that's about it. Okay, I'm not going to be writing a whole bunch of paragraphs about them because there's a lot to do. And to that end, there's going to be a lot of little assignments and things like that for me to look at over the first several weeks here because I want to see where you guys are at. So it's a lot of little assignments. I'm trying not to be overwhelmed. I'm trying not to be overwhelmed, okay? So this stuff is just necessary. I have to see what you guys are able to write, okay? So we'd be doing this all the time. Weekly in class, if we were in classrooms, but I will be easing up, okay, as the semester goes. Don't worry about that. Let's see. Keep up with the reading. Okay, look at the schedule. Now, that schedule, the schedule for the readings, keep on the reading schedule. Keep on the reading schedule, okay? Again, when you guys come into meetings, if you have questions about the textbook, that'd be great. A lot of times I won't be spending time on the textbook. I don't have an electronic version of it, so however, there will be a few assignments that you're going to be able to have to complete on discussion and elsewhere. There's just a lot of information in the textbook, so make sure that you are doing the readings. Okay, if you're not, you're going to be missing a lot, and it's probably going to show up in your work. Anyway, I'll be emphasizing some things in our major textbook, and don't forget the small one, Rules for Writers. Okay, that's the one I do have an electronic text. I got a PDF of that. Maybe at some point you could share with me your electronic version of Critical Thinking, Reading, and Writing, 9th edition. If you have one of those, why don't you pop into one of the meetings pretty soon, and maybe we can I don't know, maybe you can give me a copy, okay? Hopefully I don't get in trouble, okay, for saying that. But I could sure use one of those. That would be great. Then I could integrate it into the class a little bit more, but you need it, okay? Get the textbooks. Probably the last time I'm going to say that without having to be like, well, you missed the points. You're not going to be able to finish the class. You're not going to get the points, so on and so forth. Okay, get the books. All right, so keep up with that, but I'm changing a little bit of the structure of the class. I said that upcoming there would be a 50-point paper, and then after that it would be like a 120-point paper. Well, I'm just gonna make the 50-point paper a couple of smaller, more low-key assignments, which is going to include an assignment due at the end of this week, response to Hartley, in which you bring up a personal experience along with your introduction to Hartley and his ideas, and then you could give us your own personal experience. It could be about something you feel like you've already gotten over. You were resilient, and not only that, but you were anti-fragile. You did something about it. You made a change, and things have changed for you since then. At least in that department. Maybe who knows? Maybe even greater changes have happened, and maybe it's a habit that you are, I don't know, want to continue because you've seen results. Or maybe it's just something you're imagining that you might want to change. Maybe you could give us your plan for what's going to happen in the change, the way that you can not only be resilient but anti-fragile, and make a difference so that you don't do the same thing and have to be resilient about the same exact thing every time. Okay, so that's essentially what Hartley's piece is about. Be ready to write about that, to explain his major point in today's discussion, to do the same thing in the, I think it's going to be like a 25-point or a 30-point piece, at the end of the week on assignments, okay, where you give me a file. But more on that in the next video, okay? First, do that discussion. In fact, we'll get to the discussion in a minute. Let me see here. I will have a couple things going on. There's going to be another meeting that I put up tomorrow. In addition to this one, it'll be another short one about Google Docs. Okay, I said I was going to do that last week, but it took me most of half of Friday to finally get the answers I was looking for, and I've been answering emails, all Thursday, all Friday, and I shut down on work. It was a lot of stress, trying to finally figure out what was going wrong and what I was doing and why the sky felt like it was falling. But it's no longer falling. We're just trying some new things now. Okay, so watch for another video about Google Docs. I was going to have you guys do an assignment there, but I'm just going to have you set up your journal. Okay, we're only going to use it a few times throughout the semester. So a couple of low stakes assignments, and then here's what I'm going to do. I was going to have the first short paper about this resilience, and then the longer paper, the second step paper, that was going to be about Gene Twenge's article, Are Smartphones Destroying a Generation? Okay. We're going to read that. We're going to have a little bit of homework to do. We are probably going to do some kind of an outline, yes, and perhaps even a summary of it, perhaps. We'll see if I want that. I know that I'm kind of tired, though, of the Gene Twenge paper that I've been assigning the last few semesters, and I think I just kind of want to introduce the article and use it. You guys should know it. It's interesting. I think you guys will find it interesting. And you might be able to use it in the first paper. The first paper coming up is going to be related to the work that you do this week and for the next few weeks, okay, since I've kind of changed things. We're going to be talking about resilience and anti-fragility and why we need it now more than ever. What's going on? What kind of problem do you see out there, not just personally, but what's a problem that you see out there, especially with young people teenagers, college students, okay, probably somewhere around the age of like, I don't know, 15 to 19, something like that. We're going to focus there. What problem do you see concerning COVID-19? And it'll be a bit of a psychological paper. You're going to do some research. You're going to research a problem. What kind of problem do you see out there? What has been reported out there? You're not a doctor. You're not expected to know everything that's going on. You are going to be expected to do a little bit of research and find out what's happening in the world, beyond people getting sick from COVID. What are some other effects of COVID-19 psychologically, okay, socially? That kind of question. That's going to be your first major paper. That's going to be the one that's worth 120 points, okay? So if you already have an idea about that, great. There'll be more details to come in the next week. Later this week and next week, okay? So I got to start working on a prompt. I got this idea last night. I thought it would probably be a good idea to mix up all these problems. So you may end up writing a little bit about online behaviors and psychological effects from online behaviors. That might be a big part of your paper. There's a lot of different ways you could go in this upcoming paper. I hope you don't take the I don't know, the easy way. If there's an easy way, I'm not really sure that there's an easy way. I've never given this paper. This is a little bit different, but I think you guys are going to enjoy it and learn a lot from it, and you'll be able to pick something psychologically, at least some kind of effect of I don't know, something you're not liking. Maybe you feel something. I keep complaining to my friends about being stuck at home and, oh my God, I got to get out of here. I got to do this. I got to get out of here. Right now it's hard because I have a cat who's diabetic. I can't take any road trips. Can't go hang out with my friends for more than a day and a half. I got to come back and give my cat a shot. That's been kind of a pain. But yeah, I could write my own paper. I think most of the time I try to assign a paper that I would feel like, okay, I could write this myself. I would be interested in it. That might not jive with you. Maybe you don't want to write about COVID-19, but too bad. That's what we're doing for the first paper, okay? Do a little research, learn about it. You guys are scientists, mostly. I'm seeing that in a lot of your responses that I responded to. I gave everybody a reply to your reading and writing experience. I got a little bit about you guys in there. Those are fun to read. Please go back in there and read my replies. Those will be wide open, okay? And there were a few people who I emailed, and you got a mean-sounding email. Hey, how come I don't have your reading and writing experience? Yeah, in the future, when I say, hey, let's get this done, get it done. This is also showing me that a lot of you guys probably weren't watching the videos where I said, I want this done now. I know it doesn't have a due date on it, and there's not going to be a grade for it. It's just something that I can learn about you right now. And if you're hearing this for the first time, you haven't seen your email or anything, and you never did the reading and writing experience, get that done. Okay, I think you have till tonight to do it. Get that done. Okay, watch the videos. Okay, now that they're available, watch the videos. Also having, it's kind of hard to gauge what happened. So from now on, let's watch the videos. That'll help you keep up. If all you're doing is going from assignment to assignment, that's not doing the class. You're going to have a lot of problems. You're going to have these weird questions. I'm going to have to answer a whole bunch of weird questions from you halfway through the semester. I need you to be paying attention to the videos, okay? Watch the videos. I know, they're not always that exciting. Again, I will try to keep them shorter, okay? How long we've been going so far? I don't know how long we've been going, but not very long. All right. Let's see. Let me share the screen. Let's take a look at the discussion for today. Hang on a second. I can't see it. It's not showing up. Let me go here. This should work. Okay. Well, of course, I had it up before. It's no longer up. Jeez, man. Okay, here we go. Colin, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Are you okay? Do you see this discussion thing here?
Yes.
Okay. So you're seeing short Hartley response to the geisha?
Yes.
Okay, great. This is another reason it helps to do these meetings with people who are actually here. Thanks, Colin, for showing up. So here's the prompt for tonight. It seems pretty simple. Do I want? I always want these in paragraph form. Yeah, write a short essay about this. You can keep this pretty short, but answer the questions. How does Hartley differentiate the term resilience from his own solution? So, what's the difference between resilience and whatever he's talking about? And anti-fragility is probably a term you should show us in this response. And then how about this? Take some time to briefly sum up his final example. Briefly sum it up, the one about the geisha, and then offer your own analysis. He doesn't say a whole lot. There's a couple sentences devoted at the end to the final analysis and why he brought up the geisha story in the first place. But he's assuming that you're going to put some things together and you're going to think about the ending for the most part. I want to know, what are you thinking about? So what has the geisha learned? What do you think? What should the geisha or any of us do when presented with the gift of burning coal? And you don't have to stick just to the example of the burning coal. You can discuss the burning coal or any other sort of useless and dangerous gift as a metaphor. Okay, if someone wants to give you something and, maybe they're just being a jerk about it. Like, I think the guy in the example was just being kind of a jerk. He says he wants to test whether they are truly spiritual and a true meditator. I think it sounds more like he just wanted to be a jerk. But we get the story. I like the story. Explain it. Articulate the story to us. Okay? And be sure at the beginning, somewhere very soon in your response, and I always need this. Remember your academic audience. Introduce the topic, the author, the text in your response. Do that pretty soon. It doesn't have to be the first sentence, but do it fairly early so we know what you're talking about. And then you can get to answering. Okay, it's kind of tough to bring those details up late in the answer when you were all the only reason that you're discussing this in the first place is because you read that article. So introduce it. Let everybody know what's going on. Your academic audience needs to know those little details. Okay. And please elaborate. I'm circling vigorously with the cursor here. Elaborate. That's always expected too. No simple answers. So I'll try not to answer yes. I'll try not to ask yes or no questions. But if I ever do make that mistake, please know that I'm expecting a why. Let's go for it. Maybe I just forgot to write why in there. You just assume there's a why there. Go forward and try to answer it. So take a little time also to quote the text in a sentence of your own. Maybe do it once, maybe do it twice. Maybe you got a few lines that you want to put in there. Maybe just short phrases. Be sure that it's clear where it's coming from. So you're practicing citing. That's really easy to do, right? You put Hartley's last name there after a quote, or you could mention Hartley in the sentence that you're quoting to introduce it, so on and so forth. Get a signal phrase in there, but practice these things as if you're writing, like this is a paragraph in the middle of a larger paper, the larger paper of life. Okay. By the way, this is a warm-up for a longer response at the end of the week. Okay, and I said in Dropbox right there, but I mean assignments. So it works like a Dropbox. Sorry about that. I just mean assignments. I'll probably have to change that, or else I'll have half of you guys, what's a Dropbox? Shit. Little mistakes like that. They take so much time. I'm finding that out. You make a little mistake, and then there's going to be hell to pay for it. And lots of different things that you have to change throughout. It's kind of wild. Okay, so we've been over the discussion. Do you have any questions, Colin?
I'm all right.
You're all right? Okay. Well, I'm just gonna be ending this really soon. Go Lakers, right? You're still a Lakers fan, right, Colin?
No, I'm a Celtics fan.
That's right. I'm so sorry that I just committed a sacrilege against you, Colin, a Boston Celtics fan. How terrible! I forgot about that. That's right. And I'm sure you did not enjoy that game the other night.
You got lucky.
At least not at the end. Yeah, the Lakers. Yeah, I liked how it ended, though. I did like that nobody called a timeout. That everybody just kind of kept going.
Yeah, we should. I wish we would trade Kemba.
Oh, that's okay. So you don't like Kemba. All right. How come?
Because he can't shoot, and he's another point guard that isn't going to lead us to a championship.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Well, anyway, I'm always, I'm always disrespectful yet disrespect. I'm always disrespectful yet respectful of the Celtics. But that's the team I want to beat every year. And anytime we're good enough to go to the finals, I'm going to go, where are the Celtics? Get them in there. Get them in there. Okay, Colin. I'm sorry to rub it in. But anyway, good luck to you guys this year. Hope to see you in the finals.
Thank you. Us too. To you as well.
Yeah. Okay, everybody. Hopefully, I will get this thing uploaded tonight and we'll try the first test. I'm not sure exactly where it's going to go. So, watch your modules. And this video should be there at some point tonight. Okay. We'll see how it goes. If I can just find out, where did they put my recording on my computer? As long as I can find it, I should be okay. All right. You guys have a lovely night and day. And whenever you watch this, have a Larry Bird is the GOAT. He was pretty good. He was pretty good. Larry Bird was. All right. I'll see you guys later.
Good night, Professor.
Have a great one. Good night.